So welcome back friends to another 101 class guide video. This is a PvP oriented video and we're going to talk about the Marksmanship Hunter. There are a few topics I want to discuss in this video with you all, which we'll go over the important changes now in patch 10.2. We're going to talk about the talents and the builds that I think are viable in this season. We'll quickly go over the stats so you know which gear to go after with. Shortly I'll talk about the patch. We're going to talk about the normal rotation as a Marksmanship Hunter and the burst rotation as a Marksmanship Hunter. So buckle up and let's go. The first important change is like the entrapment that comes from Tar Trap, that talent. That one now shares a diminishing return with all the root abilities, so that can be seen as a quite nerf. Another thing is about Hunter's Mark. Hunter's Mark now got reworked. A debuff will be like whenever they're above 80% health, and if you press Hunter's Mark on them, they'll take 5% increased damage from all of the abilities above maximum health. There's also increased abilities from your teammates. So everyone on the target will do 5% increased damage while the target is above 80% health. Now once you press it on the target, with Hunter's Mark will then have a 20-second cooldown, a whopping 20-second cooldown. So this is in my opinion a slight nerf, I would say, because I liked it to not have a cooldown. I prefer that one to have that over a 5% damage increase. One talent got changed. Windrunner's Guidance is a talent I'll show you later in this video too about it. It got reworked. So now Windrunner's Guidance, each wind arrow fired reduces the cooldown of rapid fire by half a second. And every 8 wind arrows increases the duration of your next crucial by 1 second, up to a maximum of 10 seconds. Survival Tactics talent PvP has been reworked. What is that? It's about feign death. It doesn't remove dots anymore, and also it doesn't remove magical effects anymore. But these are the important changes for you to take into account into Season 3. But let's go to the talents. This is one of the builds that I see a lot of high-ranked players use. I've used it myself also in PvP to test it out. Left side you have the Hunter tree. It's quite standard, but with this one I went with a little bit more of control by going double serrated shots into Steel Trap. This is great against melees that tries to chase you constantly, like a warrior for example. They have so many abilities to chase you down, like double charge, heroic leap and all that kind of stuff. This is more like to give you some extra control with Steel Trap. I think that's great. What you can also do in this Hunter tree, if you don't like Steel Trap, you can drop a point of Steel Trap and drop a point of serrated shots. You could go with this, and you can also drop 2 points of Trailblazer. On 1 point. Go with Serpent Sting. And I have to drop another thing, which I think will be doing this, because movement speed I don't think is that important. And then you can go with either Hydra's Bite or like a Poison Injection for pure single target. I would go with Poison Injection for some extra damage. And then you have 1 point into Trailblazer, which still gives you a nice speed increase when you haven't attacked for 3 seconds. This is so pure single target if you don't need the control of Steel Trap. Otherwise, if you don't need the extra damage in this case and more control, switch it back like so. So you have some more bleed damage and of course a Steel Trap to keep your enemy at bay. The exciting part is here at the Marksman tree for this build. This is a build maybe you've seen already. A lot of people usually want to have a salvo. And if you combine this with the normal explosive shot in the general Hunter tree, you can have 2 explosive shots in a real fast pace. And you can even pop them at one target at the same time. So one single target can have, with this build, 2 explosive shots all in that can all go off. So that one will give some huge spiky damage, especially if they crit. Like you can absolutely mow someone down, and it's even better if you have a group in Battlegrounds, if they stand together. And then you salvo, you shoot out 2 explosive shots on 2 random targets in your salvo. And you can dot another person up with another explosive shot. And then you have 3 explosive shots going off. Absolutely bonkers. The damage numbers are insane in that case. You can have an absolute blast, especially if they crit. Insane. So also with this build you go with True Shot, Eagleton's True Focus for an extended True Shot window. And of course reduces the focus cost of your main abilities, which is always great. And here you go with Unerring Vision. So yeah, with this Unerring Vision, of course, the longer True Shot is up, the more critical strike chance you have, and the more critical strike damage you'll deal. And like I said, if you have a critical ones on salvo and the normal explosive shot during this window, absolutely bonk how hard it can hit. Same with kill shots that proc in this window, absolutely a killer build. You don't run with precise shots, and also you don't run with target practice. What that means with this build, you never press arcane shot, never. It's just aim shots, rapid fire, and kill shots. And if there's absolutely nothing to cast, you can do some steady shots. This is the build right here, the second build. It's a little bit different. We still do run with explosive shot, but on the other side we don't use steel trap, but we go with poison injection and serpent sting. Not a lot of difference here. In order to get all these points also with master marksman, we had to drop trailblazer and also had to drop all the points in pathfinder, but I don't think it's a big deal. So again, with this one, if you want to have a little bit less single target damage with more control, you can drop this point, put in here, and drop serpent sting and put in the steel trap. What you can do for some extra control. I don't think I need that extra control, so I'll keep it like this. And on the Marksmanship Hunter tree, something changed there. You see, we're not running with salvo anymore. Instead, we're doing something a little bit different. So our goal with this build is we want to go for Unring Vision and we want to go with Windrunner's Guidance. And here's the thing why I think this build is better. Because with salvo, like it's like a 45-second cooldown, right? So every 45 seconds you can get an explosive shot off, is great. But if you miss this one, for example, 45 seconds is wasted and you're being punished heavily. So you have to make sure your volley hits the target and an explosive shot or two explosive shots preferably is being cast off with the salvo build. This build of the Windrunner's Guidance build is different. And also you see here too, we go for precise shots, we go for target practice. We can't go for the middle ones because we don't have enough points for that. So this build is all about casting aim shots as much as possible, casting as much as possible rapid fires, and whenever aim shot and rapid fire is off cooldown, you want to cast arcane shots. And in this case I went with Chimera shot, because with this build what you can do, like you can drop this point and you can put it either in tactical reload or in bursting shot. Both is really great. This one is for some quicker cooldowns for your aim shot and rapid fire. This is more defensive playstyle, and this one is more pure raw damage. And I think I prefer the raw damage at this moment. With your Chimera shot, it is a two-handed attack, so it hits your primary target with nature damage and your secondary or a secondary target with frost damage. Only thing you have to be aware about this ability, this one can break trap. Beware with this ability. If you don't want it to break traps, you can always drop this point and put it in bursting shot, tactical reload. And you could even go with Lone Wolf if you want to play without a pet. You get a 10% damage increase on every ability. You can actually do that. Or again, if you feel like energy stuff, you can also put it in improved steady shot. But for the most raw damage now, I want to put it at Chimera shot. So with Legacy, the Windrunner says right here, like aim shot, it also fires off 4 wind arrows. Every time you fire an aim shot, 4 wind arrows will also fly towards your target, doing amount of physical damage. Can be quite nice. But what I'm interested in is like every 24 wind arrows fight generates 30 focus and grant 1 chance of aim shot. So you have to cast 6 aim shots for it to regenerate 30 focus back and grant you another chance of aim shot, which is great. And further down, we have Windrunner's Guidance. Windrunner's Guidance now has been reworked a little bit. Before it had like a small chance, I think 3% chance per wind arrow fight, that it will give you like 6 seconds of true shot. That is no longer the case, guys. It's been reworked. It does something else now. So here we can see each wind arrow fired reduces the cooldown of rapid fire by half a second. Every 8 wind arrows fired increases the duration of your next true shot by 1 second to a maximum of 10 seconds. So why I think this build is so strong is rapid fire is, I think, in my opinion, your biggest damage ability. This one, as soon as it comes off cooldown, you generally want to press it, unless you're really overcapping in focus. Then you might want to spend it on something else first before you do a rapid fire. But rapid fire does insane damage for Marksmanship Hunters. And also, now that aim shot and rapid fire is going to be buffed, because we got some nerfs in the beginning of the season. And yeah, I think that's look at it and okay, that's not right. A lot of Marksmanship Hunters miss some kill potential, some damage. So rapid fire aim shot is going to be buffed again, pretty big. So it will hit like a truck again, guys. Absolutely hit like a truck. So you want to cast this off as many times as possible. And this ability makes sure, like every time you fire a wind arrow, the cooldown of rapid fire is reduced by half a second. And as we see here, it's like every aim shot will cast 4 wind arrows. So 4 times half a second means every time you cast an aim shot, cooldown of rapid fire is reduced by 2 seconds. And now it has like a 20-second cooldown. And again, if you drop this point and go into tactical reload, it will bring this down to 18 seconds baseline of cooldown. And then again, every time you aim shot, it will reduce the cooldown even further by 2 seconds. That's pretty massive, if you ask me. And also, like every 8 wind area fire increases the duration of your true shot by 1 second to a maximum of 10 seconds. But this one's really great because the longer your true shot lasts, the more critical strike you'll gain and the more critical strike damage you do. And it can stack up to maximum 10 times. So you can get like a 10% increased critical strike chance and a 20% increased critical strike damage. And imagine, once you're at max of those buffs, the increased critical strike and the increased critical strike damage, beware that it can last a whopping 10 seconds longer, your true shot. Which is absolutely bonkers, guys. That means once you press true shot, you can do a shit ton of damage. Because it also lasts 10 seconds longer. Absolutely crazy this build, guys. And this is why I think it's my favorite. Because these two talents, they work really well together. And also Arcane Shot also will be buffed. And that also applies, of course, to Chimera Shot too. It will also be buffed the damage. So pressing Arcane Shot or Chimera Shot will absolutely matter again on your damage. PvP talents, this is situational. Sniper Shot I think only use when I'm in Battlegrounds. If you do arenas, you don't generally want to use Sniper Shot. Especially now that Aim Shot is getting buffed. It's always the case, like when Aim Shot is being buffed, the value of Sniper Shot is getting less, the damage component of it then. Because Aim Shot will start to hit almost the same, right? And has a shorter cast time than Sniper Shot. The only thing why you still want to use Sniper Shot if Aim Shot will be buffed like it will be, is just for the extended range. But still, that extended range, in my opinion, for Battlegrounds, absolutely worth it. But if you play arena fights, don't take Sniper Shot. Don't do it. Then we have Survival Tactics. Survival Tactics also got reworked, so it doesn't purge off any dots anymore, and also not any magical effects. And now instead it reduces the incoming damage by 90% for 3 seconds. That used to be 1.5 seconds in the past. But okay, this one is good Survival Tactics against opponents that can do some really big spiky damage. For example, like a Frost Mage with the Glacial Spikes, a Fire Mage when they pop their Greater Pyroblast, and you can use this before it hits you. Another Marksmanship Hunter that casts Rapid Fire on you, or even an Aim Shot or Sniper Shot. Those big incoming hits, and Chaos Bolt is a really perfect example too. With this one you can make that ability hit for a wet noodle, right? But this one can be really good. If you have targets that don't do really high spiky damage, then again, Survival Tactics is one item you can change out. So with this build, what I really like to run with is True Shot Mastery. True Shot Mastery, of course, reduces the cooldown of your True Shot by 20 seconds. And True Shot will always replenish your focus to fill. So before you press all your damage abilities, usually what you have to do, dump some of the focus into Aim Shots and Arcane Shots or Chimera Shots like this one. And then after you're almost out of focus, press True Shot. And with this talent build, you'll be full of focus and ready to go and to nuke people down. But okay, what can we also do if you don't want to have Sniper Shot and want to Survival Tactics, right? Well, for Sniper Shot, you can go with Chimera Sting. Chimera Sting is a really great ability to lock down healers. If you don't want to take Survival Tactics, you could go with Diamond Eyes. This makes sure your freezing trap people can't get out of. So when they're trapped, they're screwed. You can also go with Tranquilizing Darts. This will make sure like all the magical buffs on the enemy team will be reduced. There is another option you can play. That will be Consecutive Concussion. And this is usually when you face a lot of melee heavy compositions, right? Warriors and maybe some rogues as well, to try to keep them away for as long as possible. Briefly gonna talk about the stat priority and that I see the most high ranked people use at this moment. Agility is the most important. You should get it as high as possible. Followed by Versatility. Followed by Mastery. And then some people go Critical Strike. The majority I see they go Haste and then Critical Strike. First Agility, Versatility, Mastery, Haste and then Critical Strike. Quickly I want to talk about the pets that for you to use as a Marksmanship Hunter. If you want to do PvE content, I would say go with a Gorilla. A Gorilla is a Frosty pet that comes with an automatic defense system, which is great. And beside that, for PvP, I would either go with a Ferocity pet with Mortal Wounds at the start of a battleground. For the Primal Rage, that can be a Scorpion for example. For survivability, go with a tenacity pet with a mortal wounds effect. That can be like lizards, river beasts, and dire horns or hydras. And if you want some mobility more, so you can clear off all those pesky roots, you can go with a cunning pet with a mortal wounds. For example, a raptor, and a raptor you have an undead version and a normal version. If you want to know more about which pets you should use in detail, I'll link a video, I'll put a card in this video for one the guide I made for all the best pets. Go check it out. I will quickly go to the rotation and the burst rotation. I'm gonna tell you the priority list of bursting, how you should do it. So when you're about to burst, it's important to use your Death Chakram, followed by, if you spec into like the volley talent with explosive shot, you follow the Death Chakram up with a volley. After that you're gonna activate True Shot, and then you do an aim shot, a rapid fire, an aim shot, a rapid fire, an aim shot, a kill shot if you get some procs. Kill shots also, whenever you get a proc of kill shot, immediately use it. And when you do your burst with True Shot, only cast Arcane Shot or Chimera Shot when you can't press an aim shot. We use Death Chakram, gonna use the volley, the burst, aim shot, rapid fire, a kill shot, aim shot, kill shot, rapid fire, aim shot, kill shot, aim shot, rapid fire, kill shot again, aim shot, kill shot, rapid fire again. And that's how you effectively burst as a marksman. But beware with this one, I did press the volley, but I didn't have the talent, but that's just how you do it normally. If you go with the talent build that I usually prefer, with the Windrunner's Guidance, you do the exact same, but you leave the volley out of it. That's how you burst as a Marksmanship Hunter. So let's go to the normal rotation. It's also a priority system. You have to prioritize number 1, your kill shot procs. Whenever you can kill shot, do it, because it does massive amounts of damage in an instant. After that, also you want to use rapid fire on cooldown. Try to rapid fire not when you're close to full focus, because of course then you're overcapped, and that's a waste of resource. If you're talented into sniper shot, you also want to keep that one up for some increased range. After sniper shot, you want to use aim shots, explosive shot if you're talented in that, and yeah, with both builds we do take explosive shot. And if a target drops below 20% health, try to use kill shot. Use arcane shots when you have procs of precise shots, and precise shots is a buff you get whenever you cast an aim shot. Just write this one here. Usually when you can open on someone, you would use sniper shot, because it does a lot of damage, but we can't do that now here, of course, because I'm not in a PvP instance. So usually what I would start off now is I'll do an aim shot. So we're gonna do it. Aim shot, you can see right there. Kill shot, rapid fire. Wanna get rid of the precise shots proc, so we're gonna spam those. We're gonna do an aim shot, kill shot, get rid of the precise shots, kill shot again, aim shot, into kill shot, and then rapid fire to get some focus back. Get rid of the precise shot stacks, kill shot again. And like you can even press in like a Death Chakram if you need some focus, because Death Chakram I think you also should use on cooldown. And if Death Chakram and True Shot is kind of close together, you should hold on to Death Chakram until True Shot comes off. I think I'll leave maybe like the priority system in the comments as well for bursting and normal rotation, so then you can have a quick read as well how it was. I'll leave a link in my description as well for the pet guide video for PvP. You can check out my channel, you can see what kind of content I make. And if you like what you see, I would ask you please subscribe. I'm a small channel, and everyone who subscribes, it's free. You can turn on the notification bell so you never miss any updates that I make of future videos. And it really helps me out as a small channel. We're getting so close to the 500 subscribers mark, guys. And I would really think it's awesome if you would leave a like and if you would subscribe to my channel. I already thank you for that. But thank you for staying so long in this video. I hope it was useful. This was Commander, and I'll see you in the next battle. Salute!